Alright, what's going on guys, and welcome back to another video on the channel. And today, I wanted to come on here and talk to you guys about the absolute oddball and bald fuck that is Tectone. If you guys don't know who Tectone is, it's basically this right-leaning pretend centrist that likes to pretend he has very nuanced takes on everything. When in reality, he has the same shit takes that Asmongold has, which is basically pretending to be a moderate, when in reality, you're actually a right-leaning, actually sometimes pretty far right-leaning guy who's not opposed to laughing at families being torn apart by ICE agents. This guy took a break from YouTube for, I guess, mental health reasons, but in this break, he actually decided that his best course of action for taking a break was to tweet non-stop dumb shit from his phone on Twitter. I'm not exactly sure what his goal is in tweeting all of this, like, weird, incredibly off-putting shit. Whenever he's on stream, he likes to come off as a moderate and a guy who isn't really, like, super knowledgeable about politics and shit like that, when in reality, the second he gets off of stream, he gets on Twitter and pretends like he knows everything, and his incredibly homophobic and transphobic audience, and I'm not using those words just to use them. His audience is genuinely homophobic, transphobic, and he gets tons of like racist and like George Droid memes on his posts. He gets all of those classic Pepe accounts that constantly tweet racist shit, liking and commenting on his shit, but he likes to pretend like he's not feeding into that shit. One example that I have of this is Tectone tweeting "White Lives Matter," I think a couple days after what happened to Charlie Kirk. And if you don't know, White Lives Matter is a reactionary position to take. It was basically used by a lot of racists or like conservative types after the whole Black Lives Matter thing got popular. And that's not to say that saying white lives matter in just like a regular sentence is bad, but when things are so politically charged and you're on the right and you have a lot of people who are clearly racist following you and commenting on your shit, you have a lot of like racist undertones in your videos and your streams, pretending to like agree with racists, all these weird dog whistles. It comes off as really bad.
Say racist things, everybody calls you a racist, yet nobody calls you a liar. That's crazy. That's crazy, because that's so true.
She was a fairy.
Like, it's annoying because I don't even want to be the joke police, because honestly, I think jokes like this are actually kind of funny, but when it comes from a guy who has a super far right leaning audience where he constantly dog whistles and makes jokes, quote unquote, like this, you end up cultivating an audience of straight up racist people. Pulling up a few comments on that post that was made on his 1 million subscriber account, stereotypes exist for a reason. Pattern noticers always get punished, which is another racist dog whistle, basically implying people who are racist are just people who notice patterns. Guys, how can I possibly be racist? I'm just noticing patterns. My X feed is constantly feeding me black people doing bad things, which means that black people are bad. This is the problem with Tectone, in my opinion. I'm not even sure if he's actually a racist. I mean, he's probably not. Then again, he's also completely fine with having hundreds of racists in his community. I don't know, man. If I was Tectone and I wanted to purge all of these people from my community, I would first probably start off by not making the exact same arguments that they all make. Like the giant fucking explosion of that girl who died on the train by a black guy. I think he like stabbed her or something, which is awful. Of course it's awful. People dying is a terrible thing, no matter the race that did it or the race dying. But people seemingly don't give a fuck when it's a black person dying or when it's a white person dying to somebody who's not black. I mean, Tectone, you could pretend that you're outraged all you want at innocent people dying, but it's just really remarkable, honestly, that you only get upset about people dying when it blows up and it's a white person. Where are the Twitter posts, Tectone? Where is the outrage for the kids being fucking massacred in schools? After Charlie Kirk was shot and killed, Tectone a couple of days later posted, "Do not let them make you forget them. White lives matter," where he's obviously trying to stir the pot and start a kind of race war. Obviously, the comments underneath are polarizing, some comments making fun of Charlie Kirk's death, and others being flat out racist. It's honestly disgusting to me how these far-right people like Asmongold and Tectone obviously are pretty much dragging around this woman's dead corpse to use her to fund and fuel the flames of a race war. Thousands of people die almost every single day, and the only types of crimes usually that you see these far-right people posting is normally black on white violence. And once you take a step back and realize why that probably is, Jesus. If you're happening to stumble upon this video and you're one of the people who is constantly getting this shit on your feed, basically implying that people of color are incredibly dangerous to be around in society, which is exactly what the narrative that these people like Tectone and Asmongold are pushing, I really beg you to get off of the internet for a second and step into a coffee spot or step into a fucking IHOP and watch as those people around you enjoy their lives like everybody else. And for a long time, I wanted to believe that these people like Asmongold or obviously Tectone, I know I keep using them both, but these two are the biggest figures of the moderate right, I guess. I wanted to believe that these people, because they don't express these racist or homophobic or transphobic, whatever views, that these people themselves weren't that. But when you make tweets and you see the people who cling to them and comment on them and all of that are literally saying racist and all of these fucking insane things, as an example, whenever a woman or whenever a black person or whatever comes up on screen, both of their audiences will just say DEI or whatever the fuck, especially if it's in a game scenario. Anyways, I just wanted to come on here and talk about that. I know, you guys are probably used to me speaking fast or whatever the fuck, but I wasn't feeling that great when I started recording this video. So yeah, anyways, you guys can join the Discord in the description below. I'm trying to gather a bunch of very cool people, and we just talk about stuff. So yeah, also subscribe and stuff, I guess. Alright, see ya.